Okay, this next one's more of a hypothetical thing.
I love hypotheticals.
Oh, great.
Love them.
Apparently, we're getting close to the ability to have head transplants.
So I can finally have that bitchin' body with the gigantic jugs that I always wanted, huh?
Apparently.
But if Captain Murphy could be a Barbobot, then, you know.
Barbobot?
You don't remember that episode of Sea Lab? It was awesome.
I've seen 2 episodes of Sea
They
Lab.
turn Stormy into a fucking alligator. He's like, oh, this sucks.
You know what episode I've seen in that show? The only one?
What's that?
Bizarro.
Oh, that one's pretty good, too. Captain Murphy with an eye patch.
That's it.
Bizarro Murphy.
Bizarro.
Somebody give me a peanut. I want to feed it to Turtle Face.
Bizarro. Turtle Face.
But anyway, so you're talking about giving people's heads to other people.
New body.
Giving people's heads to other people. Like, hey, I need a head transplant. Anyone that were really willing to donate that, that'd be really appreciated.
Okay, let's call it a body transplant.
Because cut his body off.
The head's kind of...
All that was left was a dick.
Right.
They cut his dick off? No, they cut his body off, man.
Left only his dick behind. That could be usul.
You have like Futurama.
You have like a Pez dispenser kind of place where you can just go pick up new heads and be like, oh, I'll just try this one on later.
Well, no.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way.
I know.
You would need a reverse Pez dispenser to dispense.
So there'd be a Pez dispenser.
So you shove the heads up the ass, right? What?
The ass of your head. You would
Wow.
shove the body up the ass of your head, which is called the neck.
The ass of your head is the neck. Okay.
Just wait for your neck to shit out your face.
Oh my God.
I'm just picturing, how would you attach one's head in the morning? Like,
you go to bodybook.com.
Is it kind of like Darth Vader, like when he gets like out of the little pod where it's like,
I decided to go for the morbidly obese today. I was feeling indignant and bad about myself. Tomorrow, Clint Eastwood.
So you're imagining that you just have like a body that sits there in a chair.
Maybe I've got a whole closet full of bodies.
And it spins around and your head lowers down on it.
What if one day I feel like, fashionista and the next day I want Rambo style? It would be kind of hard to get past like just a straight-on RoboCop, though, because
if what they
that menacing stomp when you're leaving the house in the morning.
Yeah, but you're not going to win any races.
Now
doesn't fucking matter if you're RoboCop, dude. You got an unlimited supply of Ford Tauruses to haul your ass around. New Detroit.
They all look
Dun,
the
dun,
same.
dun, 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 dun.
You know what I want? I wouldn't want it to be like the Darth Vader. My head lowers down from the ceiling and attaches to a body. I want I can like take my head off and it turns into like a little spider that can crawl around. Like my head's like on a little.
You want the thing?
Yeah, spider leg head.
How about more like Krang? Can I just put my head in the gut of a big cyborg? Shredder.
When he's in brain mode, he's got like the little legs he can walk around with.
Yeah.
That would be badass. I want that.
Can I have a big mech body at that point then?
Big
like,
body.
Hey, Pacific Rim didn't use their shit. Just give it to me. Yeah, what are you going to do? I'm going to go mow down Tokyo with my badass body.
So who's
Nothing
doing,
against the Japanese.
Who's doing
I just
this
feel
head
like you have it
transplant?
coming.
Who's doing this head transplant research? Sorry.
A guy named Sergio Canavero.
Oh, he's Italian?
I guess.
No.
Does he have a mustache?
Nah, see, that's not safe. No.
You don't
Italians
go to
do
no
it.
Italian head transplant
No.
joint. They might fuck you up. My one cousin's brother, he went to an Italian head transplant joint. It did not work out
They gave
so well.
him a body full of
He ended up with a bag
red
of dog
wine.
poo at the top of his neck stump. I mean,
It was like uncooked pasta. What are you going to do with that? That's worthless.
his head ended up in pierogies.
Okay, so apparently the hard part
Dude,
about
is he pierogies? I don't know.
No, that's a wrong reference. It's okay. though.
I don't, yeah.
the hard part of the head transplant is
The cutting and the reattaching.
it's connecting the spinal cord.
Really? You don't say.
You don't think
It's like,
so?
I'm trying to go through the science.
Oh, let's
Just give me a second.
Science!
Okay, so they've done this with monkeys before,
Okay.
but the monkeys weren't able to, move.
Live.
Yeah.
I mean, they got all the organs and shit hooked up, so it could still like eat and live and lay
They're
there.
like- he's like, man, thanks for this, guys. This was a great idea.
Man,
But-
who's really leading this? Like, I'm picturing the Predator is like
This guy, what's his
chopping
name?
off heads and like dusting off spinal cords and throwing this shit around.
Canavero.
I'm pretty sure this guy, the next thing he's going to do, 3 monkeys sewn together at the ass and mouth. No.
Monkey centipede.
Yeah, simian centipede.
Oh,
It's
God.
coming, dude. But then see, you can detach them so they wouldn't always have the one head wouldn't have to suffer always. You can just move one head that had his ass. It was previously sewn to an asshole. It can be the lead, and they can just switch them.
Dude,
back and
if you
forth.
just sewed, if you had enough to tie them all together, it'd just be perpetuating.
Oh.
Oh,
You had
God.
like 30
Like an Ouroboros of
like
monkeys.
a conga line of monkey shit.
How long do you suppose that would live?
Probably not long enough to sew it together. I
20
guess.
seconds. It's like, and then just rip each other to shreds. Because monkeys, like animals, like those
Oh
monkeys.
yeah, they're strong.
Yeah, they just rip your face off. Which is, I bet you they're glad that monkey couldn't fucking move. Imagine if you
Oh
like
yeah,
clawed
it
a
would have
monkey.
been pissed.
Yeah, you cut a monkey's head off and put it on another body. It's not only going to be pissed. It's going to kill you as soon as it regains motor function.
So what if we put shark heads on monkey bodies?
Oh my god,
That would be badass, right?
dude, that's the worst idea.
No, that's awesome. Sharkrangutan.
I think that's called Alien. Have you seen the movie Alien? That's basically what it is. It's a bipedal thing that can walk around on fours if it wants to, and it's got goddamn razor teeth.
Dude, we have to make that movie.
Goblin
Shark-
shark.
If we don't,
Shark Rangatang.
dude, if we
Goblin
don't,
shark
Sci-Fi
orangutan.
Network will, man.
Of course they
it's
will.
terrible. Oh man, I'm just thinking, what all couldn't you put a shark's head on at that point? Shark giraffe,
God, it's always with sharks with you.
sharknoceros.
A bear with shark's head for hands.
Yes,
Can always come back to that.
dude, sharks are badass, man. They're like eating machines.
Yeah, but then the thing with a shark's head, it's gonna have to walk
Asiatic
around
structure,
dunking its
what?
head into a bucket of water because it can't. They
Not
breathe
necessarily.
underwater.
Not if it's got monkey lungs. You know, like Hellboy, where it's got like the aqua collar on the fish dude.
Oh yeah.
He just needs that.
Del Toro already thought of it.
We got this shit.
Oh, I don't want monkeys to have transplanted shark heads.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't.
Well, they're getting closer because they've got apparently they have
Would
like
you
new
rather have sharks
biopolymers
with monkey heads?
That,
Biopolymers.
that help infusing
I think I've
the
heard that
spinal
album.
cord
Is
back
that-
together in a
Yeah,
way
yeah.
that it'll actually work.
Ladies and gentlemen, biopolymer.
Oh, biopolymer Miami considers jailing homeless people for eating, sleeping in public.
What?
Yes, Miami is considering a full-blown program to jail its homeless for eating and sleeping in public. Because that's against the law to be homeless.
Huh.
So the bank will throw you out
So
of your
wait a
house
second.
because you don't have any money. And then the cops will throw you in jail because you're doing so on the streets.
So what if you're at an alfresco restaurant? Is the fucking like SWAT team gonna come and pick you up? Like, hey, how's your bruschetta? Get down! Rup, 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 and they just haul your ass off.
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't have a good chance to get my dessert.
Let's see. Before the late 90s, Miami police frequently arrested homeless people for such quote-unquote crimes as sleeping on park benches, eating on sidewalks, or congregating in public places. But in 1998, they said, nope, there was some lawsuit, and they basically said they couldn't do that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do. Now thinking about Florida and how
Yeah,
stupid
dude,
this state
It
is.
is Florida.
Did you read the article about them banning the internet?
What?
The computer?
Oh,
They
yeah, yeah.
They accidentally banned the internet. yeah.
Dude, how fucking stupid do you have to be to like, hey man, do you think we should maybe rewrite this bill a little bit? I don't know. Seems pretty clear cut to me. Computer
Fuck
device
it.
connects to the internet. Okay. Wait a minute. Why don't my teller machine work no more? I don't know.
Oh, it would be amazing if the whole state just went black.
Dude, I wish they would hold them to it. Shut it down. You know, like in Ghostbusters where Peck shows up and he's like, shut it down. They need to do that with their internet connection. Just shut Florida off. Every computer in Florida, shut it the fuck down.
I have a better idea. Instead of just shutting it off, maybe just take a big old razor blade and just slice it right there at the state line.
You
Let it
saw
let
that
it
Bugs
drift.
Bunny gif, didn't you?
Let's let it drift. Just let it drift.
There's an old gif from a Bugs Bunny cartoon where he takes a saw and he cuts Florida off and kicks it away from
Yep,
the U.S.
That's exactly actually what I was commenting on.
Yeah. And it's everywhere on the fucking internet. I forget which episode or which Looney Tune it is. I think it's the one where he's like fighting Ponce de Leon or something like that.
Ponce de Leon.
Yeah, where it's like the Spaniards like come and try to like fuck with his shit.
And of course they would. Why wouldn't the Spaniards mess
Bugs
with the bunny
Bunny
rabbit
lived a
from the...
long and fruitful life, you know
Apparently
it?
so.
Oh, he's an immortal.
Yeah, he's a Highlander. Yeah, there can be only one, Doc. I mean, wouldn't that be fucking weird shit? Your rabbits chasing you with a fucking samurai sword, chop your head off and take your power.
Wow.
Studios, we give you so much gold.
Yep.
And you've yet to give any of that gold back to us.
We're all collectively together in this room and have been for years. We're basically like the Cartman robot. When Cartman was Awesome 4000,
Oh, man.
giving all those awesome movie ideas. That's us. We're the
But we
real
don't
version
have
of
Ben Affleck.
No.
Ben
It's Matt
Affleck
Damon.
with a dog.
If I can get like just this much help, I would shoot fucking Sharkrangutan.
Sharkrangutan.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just wondering how hard it would be to cut together the quackening out of
You know
old
what?
Looney Tunes cartoons.
If you go recruit a whole load of the Truckosaurus arians,
Yeah, there we go.
you'll be good. Just get a bunch of the Truckosaurus arianists.
My aunt had that done with her last kid.
Yeah, got a Truckosaurus arian.
C-section thing. I don't know.
Truckosaurus-sized. That's where
Yes, we had our
Truckosaurus
son
circumcises.
Truckosaurus-sized at birth, and he's much happier with his shark head.
Right. Now, when we get his chimpanzee body, he'll be a full Truckosaurus
It's one of the
arian.
tenets of the religion, you know.
Oh, hail
And he reached out
Truckosaurus.
with his sharky appendages and ate the wicked and swam in the trees. Did you find something else?
Kentucky's Venthaven Museum holds wonders of ventriloquism.
Yes, there's a ventriloquism museum in Kentucky.
I like how in that sentence you said ventriloquism really well, but then you went museum. You had no problem with ventriloquism, which is a difficult monosyllabic word. But then you say museum.
Well, you know what?
Fuck you.
After it's edited, I won't.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Nothing to say about ventriloquism and how creepy it is.
It would only be creepy if in the future some dude that's like a dictator takes over once we've all got our spider head bodies, and then he decides that he's going to turn us into ventriloquism dolls by
dude,
sticking his hand up our neck hole butts.
That's the way to get kids into fascism. Hey, kids, where do you want to go today? Mr. Hitler's house. Und heil, children.
Und heil.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to totally get these kids nowadays. See, if the Nazis had went that route, they might have won.
It's happy Hitler time. It's happy Hitler time. And he's like, oh, I'm happy little Hitler.
So, in South America, there's a plant that blooms every 15 years
Corpse flower.
Okay.
that they call the sheep-eating plant.
Oh,
Why?
no, this sounds way better.
Because,
You feed it sheep?
no, it sits there.
Oh.
And if an animal gets too close to it, it gets tangled up in all this mess on it.
So grandma's
and
yard?
it dies, and it sucks all the fucking life out of it. All the valuable nutritions.
So it's
It's called a mother-in-law.
planty, the plant that eats.
called,
Sheepy, the plant that eats.
No, that would be sheep bed.
Sheep.
Puya chilensis.
Pooyah.
Puya!
Pooyah. Yep, that sounds awesome. I can't wait till some dumbass imports that to America. I really like how this makes my front lawn look. It's quite extravagant. They just do it to snare homeless
Everywhere,
people.
carnivorous plants.
Plant
coming
these
to
in
America.
Plant the carnivorous plant in Miami. The homeless problem disappears. Gone.
With everything else.
Yep.
You know, if they wanted the homeless problem to disappear, they would restore the wetlands. That way the alligators would make a big comeback.
Why don't they just
What
get
about
on the
Florida
phone?
Panthers, dude? Those
Right?
things were like fucking wicked big too.
Why don't they
I
just
thought that they were
I thought
a
that was
football
sports
team.
No, they were a real critter at one point.
really? Well, that's probably how
It
the
was a
mascot
big ass
became.
cougar looking thing, dude.
Now the Cougars, they look totally different in Florida.
Well, yeah.
And everywhere. Boing. Hey. Boing. Hey. Like, morning times these
Yeah.
sounds.
Plastic tits.
You know what? What we need really bad. Why don't we just get the blob on
Direction.
the phone?
What?
Get the blob on the phone.
Are we talking
No.
about the blob again?
No one ever just calls the blob up and is like, hey, blob, can you come here and eat
Well,
all this stuff? We really just need to
It's
clean
not
up.
very talkative. I mean, it's really hard to tell what.
And the blob will
guy's
be all
going
like-
around to.
And it would just come right over. It would crash land in some pod. It would break loose and then just clean house. All the Florida homeless would be gone, and everything would be fine.
If the blob just showed up and like purged Florida of like every Jimmy Buffett fan, I wouldn't fight him on that. Leave the homeless. They could kind of pick over what's left over.
The more I think about it,
Wasting away again.
I would love to watch someone sing.
It's the fucking blob.
Watch someone die as they were eating at Cheeseburger in Paradise, being eaten by the blob.
I was getting ready to make a fucking cheeseburger in paradise joke, and now I can't because it's already been done.
It's not a joke, it's an observation. What's your Cheeseburger in Paradise joke?
I can't even remember.
That's pretty sad.
Oh. Evan, you apologize to DeHart for ruining his joke.
Fuck all you guys. I'm not apologizing for anything. That is the way of a man. Hitler would be like on trial if he'd survived the Holocaust in World War II. He'd have been like, mind bat.
Oh.
And they would just kill him. Smack. Yeah, I'm saying men don't admit being wrong hardly ever. But then we just drop. Then you know what they do? They pull the lever like the I don't know lever because he said mind bat, and then the blob drops on him, and the blob just eats him. When the
Like, you
blob
can't
eats
say that in Nuremberg.
right?
Oh. Oh, man. This train has come off the rails. I'm going to let you fill in the blanks.
Okay. So the blob walks into a bar.
What?
Yeah, and that's the end of it because he ate
Yeah.
everybody that was in there. That's just a blob joke.
Okay.
I love the blob. The blob is the most underrated movie villain ever. It's because, you know what? It has no care or compassion. It can't be talked or tricked into anything. It is nothing but a life-consuming amoeba. And it will, when you drop it on stuff, it's done. There's no way to escape it unless you're clever enough, like the half-naked bitches in the movie somehow seem to do. But yeah.
Well, I think they were hiding in a freezer or something like that.
Right, and they froze it. That's about the only thing it can. It doesn't do too well in places that are a little nippy.
One of my favorite villains, though, was the. You ever see the Vincent Price film Mask of the Red Death?
Of course.
It's a disease. It's a great villain.
Not so much a villain.
The Plague, the biggest
awesome.
villain ever.
Because they make it out as like, wow, it's this fucking evil satanic ritual and all this crap, and it just turns out
Just
no.
disease. Well, the devil used to kill people all the time. The devil's
Yes,
spirit
he did.
just drained
That
you
was a
dead.
great villain.
Yeah, because you never see him.
His approval ratings are low right now too. I
Yeah.
think he's got the same PR firm
You know,
as Hitler.
I think the devil would probably make an inappropriate comment about the Zimmerman trial right about now, and he would not apologize for it. That's the kind of person he is. What an asshole that devil is. What a dick.
You know, I've thought about one of my own, like, next time someone brings up racism or things like that, the next time someone asks me if I want fries with that, I'm going to yell racist at him and leave.
Why?
Irish joke.
Ah, see, yeah, you
Like,
got him.
how'd you know I wanted potatoes, asshole? Gonna offer me a whiskey milkshake too while you're at it? Come on, why don't you give me a fucking Blarney
He's gonna
Stone
make
too,
a fucking
dickhead?
quiet exit out of
Like-
the room like I'm Irish.
I thought about it the other day, and I'm like, wow, that would totally be awesome.
Well, you know, about, I don't know, probably a couple hundred years ago, your kind wasn't welcome in this country.
I know.
You were crazy three god worshipping monsters who would rape women and destroy villages, because, like Godzilla.
No.
Because you're Irish.
That wasn't us.
Oh, that was definitely you. They said that about you guys.
No.
yeah.
That was Braveheart. Totally different, man. That guy, he's William Wallace, fucked up dude. Not our island, okay?
Okay, all right.
Not ours.
So the Scotch are to blame for your bad reputation. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, always, man. Always those guys.
The Scotch. Everyone gets the Scotch confused with you guys, the Irish.
Oh, yeah, totally it, man.
Okay.
Totally it.
One thing's for sure, racism is real, folks. Racism's real.
I still don't really believe in race. I believe there are racist people.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Racism is real, but race, what does that mean? You're willing to admit that humanity is actually different just because they have social
I mean,
differences.
some people never got into NASCAR. I mean,
And some people never got out of it. That's the problem. They're still in that NASCAR mindset.
Jimmy Johnson forever, man.
I think the problem is that people think they're number one when they know goddamn well that the only one that's number one is the U.S. of A.
And Jesus.
Jesus, man, you can't say U.S. of A. without saying Jesus. When you spell,
Why don't we just put Jesus on the flag now?
you can't spell Jesus without U.S., brother. That's right.
Did you read that off someone's T-shirt?
I just made that up. I just said that. You can't spell Jesus without us. U.S., buddy. That's right. 'Cause we're number one. And on that note, Unitedcypher, tuning out. I'm your host, Evan, signing out. DeHart, do you have anything you'd like to leave the audience with?
Watch out, Sharkrangutan.
Poop Poop shoot riot.
The Sharkrangutan, isn't he like the co-VP running in 2016 with the Asiatic Strogthor for Times Man of the Year?
Maybe that's
Well,
the
you know,
opponent.
if the people demand it.
The people commanded the shark.
Wait,
shark,
one
almost a shark
sharks.
manatee.
Wait,
Tell the shark-
one shark. Oh, you're shark.
Shane, do you have anything to say?
I'm just thinking about a shark manatee now.
I'm
A
sorry.
It's
critter
just a
that
big
is
fat fucking shark.
critter that is equally as chubby and lovable as it is violent and vicious.
Oh, the shark manatee! That's all I have to say. See you next week on Unitedcypher.com. Check out Talks Over Games and our sister podcast, which is also shared on our website. It's called Motion Picture Meltdown. Every internet second you want it to be playing, it's playing. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Pooping tits.